Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons. I promised to stop being that kind of annoying, and apparently I've failed. Also, does it entertain how I not always, but almost always open on that telescope transition, because that just seems to be a thing that I'm doing. Anyway, this is Wario Land, the Shank Dimension. We're heading into Savannah Valley, the last main level of Wiggly Wilds, after which we'll be fighting the boss of Wiggly Wilds. I said I'd stop being annoying, and I'm just being more annoying to compensate. Is there a secret here? Probably not. It didn't look like there was room for it on the map. I've ruined this game for myself. I should just wait until... I don't actually remember when you get it. I know at some point you get a means of telling where the secret levels are. It's just, it would seem like a waste if I didn't get them while I'm here, just, you know, to save a bit of time for everyone involved. Anyway, so, as I was discussing in the previous... What about here? Come on. Okay. The previous episode, I was talking about how you know, we're too early in the game for there to be, you know, don't take damage missions, even though, I mean, there was one in the first, like, level of this world, so, you know, I haven't forgotten, it's just... Anyway, we have another one here, we need to just not take damage. Well, we need to do more things than just not take damage, but, you know, there's nothing but falling in the water, so I shall moisten up. My moisture has been elevated. I feel supreme. What? Ah, I remember this now. So we need to break all the stone blocks as part of our mission here, but also, I believe some of these units will have, like, they'll have spikes on them, so if you don't plamble goodly, you're going to suffer it. Yes, that is precisely what I meant to say. You can't prove otherwise, and I can't prove otherwise, but you see, look, there are some spiky spoozles. Wait, I didn't mean, I meant to fall, but just not this soon. So it almost feels like a choice between one or t'other. Oh, there's the golden friend. There's the goldenrod city. Good. Well, that's that dead now. I saw something fall, but it wasn't you. Okay. Well, what fell then? Was it my heart and soul? Do I need to rise it? I want to at least break all those stone blocks to prove that I'm not entirely useless at missions. Well, I can be a bit more careless when pursuing these stone blocks now, so I can flamp into spikes and no one can tell me that I'm not the cheesiest genius to ever spank all up. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. There we go, we got that. I kind of want to go back for those coins as well, just to waste even more time, because, you know, time is a tool you can put on the wall and plagiarize from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. And we have coins. You're welcome for... Okay, that is not the correct word at all. I was going to say, you're welcome for this incestuous commentary. That is definitely... Like, there are a lot of words that I could have used there, and that is absolutely not the right one. Okay, break that. Descend. There's water down there, there's the opposite of... Clearly, there's water down there, so the opposite of water must be up here. Clearly, this is the chamber of fire. Where there's no fire, there's just a big sack. I shall shake it, it'll explode everywhere. You see, I'm paranoid. And nothing but. What about here? Get over yourself, Tess. Okay, now we can return to the top of this room and have an actually fantastic time. I really suppose I should be a bit more careful with my health as well, because we do have a recovery potion, which I shouldn't really need. And we have almost all of the heart containers as well. And we're in World 2, so there's not really much risk of me running out of health, but just in case, you know, it doesn't hurt to be... There's that word again, fantacular. What even was the word in question? Okay, I thought maybe I could throw the cheese, werf den Käse. Nope, but I can do that. Tess, there's not gonna be a map here. Calm the tits. Calm the tits. Calm the tits. Now, I feel as though there's an obvious... No! Platform, come back! You can blame it all on me. I was wrong, I just can't live without you. I feel as though there's gonna be some sort of prize for being able to keep our funky flow on... Like, if we can do, like, a high-speed situation on top of that platform and just ride it back and forth forever, there's gonna be a prize for us at the top. I just feel it, you know? So I have to just sort of get here and just keep mashing left and right until... This is nerve-wracking. I'm not even on the platform yet, he says, as he gets on the platform. Really? This isn't easy. I probably don't need to do it yet. I'll need to do it eventually, but not right now, apparently. Oh, apparently I did need to do that. Well, now I feel slightly vindicated. Is there anything of value over here? There is not. So I did everything exactly correct for once in my life. I just feel, you know. It just reminds me of a terrible and, I mean, technically sexist joke. I mean, there's no technicality about it, it is sexist, but I'm amused by it, so clearly that makes it okay, and subtext, I'm talking about a joke that insults men, and as a man, I'm entitled to say if I'm offended by it or not, so anyway, just clarifying for the sake of the internet. I don't remember the exact nature of the joke, it was something like, I don't know, the joke was about, oh, they say men don't feel anything, but that's not true. For example, sometimes I feel hungry. I mean, that isn't inaccurate. So, I forget what put me on this subject, but there you go. It is a sexist joke, but at the same time, as a male, I am tickled by it. You know, as a degenerate male. Because, you know, gubbins. Which is just my name for that one Tenko face, as I will have put on screen already by now. Me in editing. The thing I was trying to say earlier is, I should probably be a bit more conscientious about shaking enemies and getting their garlic, so that I can sort of not suffer from low health, even though at this point in the game I really shouldn't, like, all things considered, I shouldn't be in a situation where low health would be a problem, because we have 8 hearts out of 10, we have a recovery potion, and we're in World 2, so there's really no excuse for me, like, fouling up at this point, but just in case. Also, I've been slightly switched off at the moment, so I don't know if I've, like, walked past stone blocks and just not reacted to them. And, stupid question, but this seems like the sort of question my father would ask as well. But do the metal blocks count as stone blocks? I'm gonna go with no. That's my mother's influence talking, but you never know. Maybe they do. They are their own. Also, I want to go straight down just to see what's down, because I feel like there might be something down. There was not. There was death. It was pain. I had to check. It was in the name of science, and science is everything. Science is a piece of cheese. Cheese is a type of meat. A tasty yellow beef. Why did you fall, Wario? What just happened? Did he not like my little chant about cheese meats? Where you meet cheese. Oh no, I missed a single silver coin that would have been a bit of a nuisance to come back to. Ah, what about down here? Okay then. There's a checkpoint. We've been over how these work. Well, can I at least get the money and the stone blocks? And I'm not that fussed about the time in the grand scheme of things, but still. Also, like, I've spoken at some length before about my thoughts on... Oh, good. So that was wrong. So we can't get the... We can't get any of the achievements then. Because there's no way of breaking out of Wario's thing. I'm offended now. I'm offended. Again, this game offends me on a routine basis. Okay, but taking a quick moment, I don't know why I'm bothering with the stone bricks anymore, because I boned myself out of it. I'm still missing, like, I bet, like, one of the treasures will be in that extra bit that I can't get to, because I fucked up a bit that I didn't know I was being tested on. That saddens me. It truly does. There's going to be one up here, though, surely. Surely. Shoreditch is a place in this country. But the music that's playing right now is pretty decent. But I don't know if I ever talked about it, but the music that plays in Stone Carving City, yes, I'm waiting until, what, episode 12 to talk about the first level in the game. Good. Clearly this is what I wanted to have happen. I don't like the Allegro music there, because it starts in one tempo, and then sort of transitions through a second one, and it keeps going back and forth. Like, it can't make up its mind whether it's, like, a really... Like, it starts, like, I don't know, I'd have to play it just now, just to have an opportunity to understand my beef with it. Because it's like... And then there's, like, a slower rhythm, and, like, what's down there, though? There's so many different ways you could go in this level, and suddenly I see why there's an achievement attached to not taking damage. I've run out of time. I'm referencing Spoonie behind the bed. I'm just gonna stop now because I've seen exactly 2 Spoonie things, and it's not really my place to reference because it's other people's it's a third-hand reference at best. I'm talking gibberish McCrappysteins. So, this is another level I've completely kibotcherated then, so... World 2 has really shown me the boot. You know, the boot. The entire boot. I've inspected a boot as a direct consequence of coming to World 2. And again, like, okay, a bit more than halfway, but basically halfway to the coin goal, missing 2 of the treasures, and just, again, it's lava all over again. I missed 2 treasures, and every achievement except for the golden enemy. What is my faith nuggins? Hey, again, I'll look over it in post and come back at a later time. I feel like suddenly my drive to get through the game seems to have shot up. Like, I'm not particularly anxious to, like, get all the way to the end of the game. Like, I'm not trying to speed this Let's Play up to get to the final boss. I'm just, like, for some reason, I'm less motivated now to go back to those levels to look for previous treasures than I was before. And I forget how this boss works, but I think it is a bit gimmicky. Am I gonna have to shake and bake? Oh, you are a person. I thought maybe you were a sentient car, as opposed to a sapient car. Maybe both. Okay, that was automatic. Okay, 2 jumps, 1 punches, and we tilt. I don't really see what the tilting has to do with anything, but sure. Now, I remember this being relatively easy, all things considered. So watch me completely cabonerate this. And yes, there's nothing, despite the exclamation mark on the, Oh, you tilt to move. I get it. Because we move automatically, but we move more. We have more automatic. Okay, the flame does not help. So keep punching the spanners to the. Okay, destroy his. Okay, I get it. I understand now. So I remember this not being difficult. So I was tilting to move away from that, and Wario was just like, nope, I'm gonna stay right up his ass. Excuses, I know, but like there's this. Excuse you, there is some element of auto-scroll here, but not all of it. Like, I can influence it by tilting, but there's a velocity, like a... Is velocity the right word? There's like a momentum sort of thing to it, so... Okay, there we go. Oh! He bounced. Okay, so I just need to go at an angle now. You bounce also. Okay, this is kind of dumb. So you can sort of tell. I need to angle upwards to fire them up at him, but that slows me down and throws off my aim. This seems flawed. But those all hit somehow. Okay. Just spam that boxing glove. It seems to me like he's gonna reheal that chunk of red. No, he didn't. Oh, okay. Behind? Are you about to launch yourself at me? Well, you can't. It's not allowed. Yeah, I remember this being slightly fun, but a bit odd. Well, here we are, in a fun but odd zone. Is this remotely entertaining to watch? Also, okay, there's some auto-aim on the tires. I can live with that. Oh no, he's running away. We can punch him in the face. He was running with the steering wheel. This tickles me. So, that's why I had 0 dreads for this boss, and none for the 4th boss either. And yet I dreaded Large Fry, which went easily. Like, I've had, like, so far, the that boss has been... Okay, that looks like a pig face rather than the front of a car, but whatever. The hardest one was World 3, which I remember having no trouble with as a child. Or, well, not a child, but when I was younger. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city. There was no marching band involved. But we got a boss emblem. This sure was an anecdote. Oh, good, we can buy another heart container. After beating just a paltry 4 levels. I kind of want to go back and look for more secret levels, but at the same time... Like, pardon me for thinking, but I feel as though... Because I only did the 4 main levels here and none of the secrets, like, I'm going to be coming back here when I look for the bonus missions, or the secret maps that lead to the secret levels. So I feel as though, in my mind, that's a good excuse for me to wait until I come back for that to try for the other treasures, and the stone block mission in Savannah Valley, because I feel severely cheated out of that, because is it just me? Or is it ever, like, am I right to be bitching that, like, there are parts of this game where the puzzle is... Sometimes you have to ground pound from a previous screen, otherwise you'll screw yourself out of a treasure. But a lot of the time it's, you don't have to ground pound, and if you do, you'll screw yourself out of a treasure. And there's no way of telling which way around it is. It is a little bit of guesswork. And I feel like I'm being a salty bitch baby and complaining about this. Am I in any way right or wrong, or like, well, who is Steve? We have like 5 minutes. Sure, why not? I'll try not to kill anyone, but no promises. Let's take our new heart container out for a spin. Except the gimmick is shaking, not spinning, because this isn't WarioWare Twisted. Though, to be fair, that game had an unexpectedly good soundtrack. So, anyway, we're back on the ropes again. I don't know what I'm humming about. Ah. I'm just gonna pick you up and set you down gently there because we're trying not to kill anyone today, thank you please. And mercifully for me, there's nothing to do with don't take damage, so I don't need to worry about those fish that seem to kill me at all. Well, they don't kill me, but you know those spiky fish in the pond that was on screen for like half a second? They always seem to do me a hurtful kebab. Everything works in kebabs in this world. This isn't Turkey. I've been to Turkey though. I've had tavuk shish, and that's some good shit right there. Like, I distinctly recall visiting the ruins of Ephesus, or Efes in Turkish, and like, while I was there, at some sort of, like, traditional Turkish restaurant, I had a chicken shish kebab, which is what tavuk shish is, because tavuk is just Turkish for chicken. And then later that day, we went back to, kusadasi, or is it kusadashi? I don't remember which way around that is. I know one of them is an S, and the other is an SH. Oh, here's a treasure. Piranha dentures. But, we went to a chain restaurant, and I had tavuk shish there as well. So I had the same thing for food 2 times in the same day. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just gonna let that hang in the air. There's nothing wrong with eating food, if it's nice food that's foods. Food is stuff. That's where we get the word food stuff from. Is there a secret here? I'm so obsessed, and it's literally dot none me any favors so far. I'm just paranoid about everything. I am like that one android from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which, it's funny, we were just talking about it at home yesterday. How that's basically the one Douglas Adams work that I've never had any experience. Well, I've not had no experience of it. It's just that I think I've seen bits of the film about it that no one seems to like. But I've not read the book. But I have experienced other... Like, yeah, I've experienced other Douglas Adams works, like the, I thought maybe punching you would do something, and clearly I was wrong. I don't trust you because you're gonna grow teeth and then do that. Oh, and then you could, okay, if you time your jumps right, you can stand on top of those, and that's a good way of contracting diseases. Which, by that I actually mean platforming, but you know. I thought maybe some of the coins would spray up there, but it's too late to do anything about it now. Boo. Yes, I enjoy the works of Douglas Adams, I've just not read all of them. Okay, so this achieved nothing? Will this achieve something? A diamond, perhaps? I thought maybe it wasn't gonna give it to me, but... Can I punch an entire flower, and will that yield a map? The odds of that happening are incredibly slim, in my most humble of opinions. Oh, I just realized that charging back through this level at super, very fast, high speeds is probably going to cause us a bit of trouble, because we're going to be running into enemies the whole time. Buddy, you feel like moving anytime soon? These things are supposed to go? Oh, I get it. I understand everything. So I'm just gonna gently take you and, like, plomp you down there so you don't get in the way. If I turn around and charge backwards, like, first of all, that's clearly what it wants me to do here to get this diamond. So, that's okay, but what if I charge through a previous room, but then I'm gonna hit enemies in the process and everything will be sad and... Yeah, that's how I thought this would work. And it did. We're making yumful progress. Ooh, there's a different coloured plant. I wonder if it will react differently. That's usually what colour signifiers indicate in a game like this. Ooh, you nearly got me there, smadam. Sir or madam, or smadam. Stop hurting me with your pumpkins. What even is a pumpernickel anyway? Now you there. Oh dear. Huh! That didn't count as a fail because it wasn't technically me that did it. Really? This... Like, after all the trouble I went through to get into this room without triggering the fail state, it doesn't have a secret in it? Well, that's just... sangry. It's like sad and angry. It's smad. It makes me smad. Yeah, okay, those ones just react more quickly. It's the eye of the storm, the thrill of the storm, rising up to the storm of our storms. But storms don't last forever. So what was the point of that then? Well, we still haven't failed any of the missions yet, so just crawl beneath the flower. One day, I will do as I have done in previous. That was a very incomplete thought. At some point, I will pound at a random place, and much like in the glory days of Hexagon, we will find a map purely by chance. Oh, there's so much stuff everywhere. Like, I'm so going to run into an enemy on the way back. Like, that's... Yes, Tess, that's probably the challenge. Nope. Okay, fucking Foul Water Falls, like, is that what level was called? Rearing its head again. If you hit a wall whilst bouncing off a rope, then it will just stop you dead in midair. So that's fun. And you must need to not be there. Like, there's so much pre-prep that I have to do in order to, like, make enemies not be in the way. Like, I'm trying so hard to not hurt any enemies on my way back, which means that I absolutely will hurt enemies on the way back, and it will just not be a fun time for anyone involved. You go down there, you're not my problem anymore. Now, what's the music here like? I actually can't hear it, I don't remember how it goes. Okay. We're doing adequately so far. That probably led to some sort of secret. And there we go. Everything failed at once. I'm sad. Well, now I don't need to worry about appeasing the enemies anymore, at least. Are you going to hurt me? Because your kind always does. Well, since I don't need to worry about enemies anymore, can I turn around every now and then I fall apart? There is no second half to this reference. Like, yeah, I was going to say, there's no way we're getting the time clock achievement thing now. Ah. Okay, that's it. I give the fuck up. Like, that enemy was just conspiring to make sure that there was no way I was able to charge back through here, which means there's no way I'm going to be able to get that final treasure. So this game is just mincing salt and rubbing it all over my splace. You know how it be? Like, I could get those coins and the others. There's so much I could do, and the game's like, nah, you're not good enough. You don't deserve it. See, look at all the shit we could be doing, but that it won't let me do. Like, there's probably a treasure right up there that I can't get because I didn't speed because knees. This game hates me. Well, for now, I will be quite content to concede that I have been and will continue to be tessellating hexagons. And in the next episode, we're just going to go further into World 4 and just forget that any of the last 2 episodes even happened, except we won't because I've been making progress, but you know, but still. Hopefully, by episode 3 of this recording session, I'll have become good. I will have obtained good. I am salty about the enemy mission there, but when am I not salty in this game anymore? Everything is salt. Oh, good. I think this is another subway. Oh, good. See you in the next episode for more of this nonsense.